Okay, I am not for certain how this particular Monday Night Rant is gonna go, but it needs to be said. So, what we're gonna do is we're not going to dispense with the pleasantries. We're just gonna get right to it. So, without further ado, let's do it. What's going on, everyone? This is House Head Speaks, and if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm doing another Monday Night Rant. And today we're going to react to a quote or post that I saw, on the wonderful world of Instagram. And I saw it under DJ, producer, Chicago's own Terry Hunter. And for all intents and purposes, I wasn't able to I wasn't able to pull the post out. So what I did was I actually typed it up word by word, fixed the fonts up and things of that nature. But I made sure that I put Terry Hunter's Instagram page, so you can actually go to his page yourself and see that quote. And I made sure that I did it word for word. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, this is the quote, and I am going to read it word for word. Okay, question for DJs and music lovers. I seen this topic come up before, and recently I noticed a lot of DJs, myself included, playing tracks for much shorter than 5 or 6 minutes. It seems like audience attention spans are getting shorter. Would you prefer songs to be 3 to 4 minutes long? Or do you still want the option of both short and long versions? I remember back in the day, in the 80s or to early 90s, tracks had a break in the middle specifically for DJs to mix out of. And I make sure that I put Terry Hunter's Instagram, his Instagram thing to make sure you can go to his channel and you can actually look at this quote for yourself. Now, like I said, this topic has been mentioned before. As a matter of fact, some time ago, I reacted to a video of a DJ by the name of Very Something, but at that time she was called EVF, and I actually reacted to her video that she posted on her Instagram. You can go to my playlist on YouTube under Monday Night Rant, and you can find that particular video. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read it over again and I'm going to try to break it down. Okay, again, a question for DJs and music lovers. I seen this topic come up before, and recently I noticed a lot of DJs, myself included, playing tracks for more shorter than 5 or 6 minutes. And unfortunately, I too has experienced that as well. And the weird part about it is I'm seeing genres that usually 5 to 6 minute plus, or more long, and those particular genres have been shortened. In fact, I think there was a couple when I was digging into some techno tracks. I noticed there was some techno tracks that was like 4 minutes long, and it had on their title of the track extended. I'm like, if this is an extended version, it should have been at least about, between 7 or 8 minutes long or longer. But you're telling me that you have an extended version of your track that's 4 minutes long. And I was speaking to a DJ. His name is Ron. He has to be part of the lab, which is a group that I am involved with. And he had spoken to a producer and asked him about a track that he like of his, and he noticed that was 4 minutes long. And he said, extended? Why is extended? And then he said, well, because this is an extended version because the radio version was 2 minutes long. Now that's ridiculous. Why would you come up with a 2 minute radio edit? Now I understand if you have, if you have tracks and one of them is radio edited, but usually when I usually see radio edit tracks, I see them as 4 minutes long or 3 minutes long. But why am I seeing tracks that support and you're putting the label extended and they're about the same amount, they're the same amount of minutes long? I don't get what producers are thinking. Now, there was something that DJ Ron Tinsley did mention, and I have to believe he could be correct. He mentioned saying that some of these producers didn't have experience on the dance floor. And I will have to agree with that because the reason why I would say that because before I was a DJ, I was a dancer. I was a dancer. I went out to clubs. I was a regular at clubs. So I experienced the dance floor. I experienced the music itself before years later before I even became a DJ. Now, yes, at that time I could have started DJing at at an earlier time, but that's neither here or there. But but here's the other thing I want to read on this. And it says, it seems like audience attention span are getting shorter, which, and I can't buy that. Now, yeah, there are some audiences, and it depends on the genres where you have DJs are, and I'm gonna say it, they are being lackadaisical with their mixes. They're not really focusing on really beat matching. They're not really focusing on blending. They're not focusing on transitions. I mean, it's mostly build to drop. Give it a build up and then drop it on the next track. That that never make any sense to me. It's like a quick fix. It's like it's like if you were doing something and you trying to hurry up and get it done. That means you you're not doing it efficiently. You're trying to work as fast as you can to get it done without being mindful of how you doing it. And that's how mistakes and errors come. And I granted certain genres of music does tend to have the build to drop, thing. Now I have listened to some drum and bass and even some dubstep, and I know that they follow that same fashion, which is building build the drop. And I know that some DJs, especially your mobile DJs, your wedding DJs, your corporate DJs, they have that same factor because they have to play various amounts of songs, so they don't have the luxury like underground DJs like myself who play mostly house and techno. We believe in blending. We believe in long transitions. That's our bread and butter. Now, from what I'm hearing, or what I'm hearing from some of these DJs and producers, is that, well, we have to make our tracks shorter so our audience can enjoy our music. I'm like, really? Are you serious? No, that is not how it should be. You should not be trying to. My thing is this: a DJ's job is always to entertain the audience. How you going to entertain an artist when you keep throwing 50, 60 tracks in a 1 hour, set? You don't give the audience the time to enjoy the music. It's like you trying to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. And truth to be told, when I seen a good number of DJs who do that, especially new and upcoming DJs, you make a lot of mistakes doing it. Okay, you don't drop it on the one precisely. You let the build up last too long, or you try to drop it before the build up, gets done. You're not being strategic when you doing that, and it shows in the performance. You know, but yeah, I know I'm here on a tangent, but this is the thing that I have a issue with. Now, here's this other question that says, would you prefer songs to be 3 to 4 minutes long, or do you still want the option of both short and long versions? Now, my answer to this is this. My answer is it depends on the genre. I'm sorry. I do not want a soulful, a deep, a afro, um, a Latin, anything that has to do with house music, subgenres, and either techno or tech house. I don't even want to see a track that's 3 to 4 minutes long. It defeats the purpose of trying to make a smooth transition and try to blend. And I going to say this, it makes me think that some of these producers are being very, very lazy with their tracks. They simply trying to please a small version of people instead of pleasing everyone who listens to their tracks as a whole. And especially it makes it difficult for us DJs. Now, yes, there are workarounds on that, and I figure some workarounds myself. Usually if I see if I know there's a track that's like 4 minutes long, then I will blend it to a track that's 7, 8 minutes long. Now, also, you know, it also depends on how where you dig for your tracks. Now, there are instances I will get a track that's maybe 450, 5 minutes long, or probably close to 4 minutes long, but it has to be a daggone good track. I mean, that track has to be banging and slamming before I grab it. Because if it's not, I will pass it by. I won't even, I'll listen to it, and if I don't like it, I'm done with it. Or if I see that it's less than 4 minutes, I don't even want to be bothered with it. I do not want to put a 2 minute track and load that thing up. What I'm gonna do with that? What's next? You're gonna have a 1 minute track? I dare a doggone producer come out with a 1 minute track. I will write to that person myself and and let them know this is laziness right now. Now you're going too bloody far. You know. So yes, I do think that there are ways that you can use long and short versions of tracks, and also again there are certain genres of underground music that and also other forms of music that calls for a shorter track. Like, yes, there are tracks that you have to play on the radio, and especially if you want to play on online radio or in radio platforms like a Spotify, you have to shorten, have to make an edit version. But my thing is this: if you're tagging the word extended to a track, that track better be at least 7 minutes longer and long. That needs better be 7 minutes or more. You better not be saying extended and it's 5 minutes. No, it needs to be at least seven. Come on. extended does not mean 5 bloody minutes. You might as well say 5 minutes. You might as well say it's a short version of a track. You might as well say that. You might as well say it's a short version of a track, or it's borderline. 5 minutes, I will say borderline. Anything below that is a short version of a track. And you might as well tag it as a radio edit. If you're doing a track that's below 5 minutes, it's a radio edit. Call it as such and quit playing, okay? Because it's ridiculous. And it's not fair for DJs who wants to put your music out there so everybody can, listen to it, dance to it, and enjoy it. But you can't put out music if the minutes of your track is not long enough, and especially if we're adding to a set. Why would I want to play 50 tracks for an hour when I can play only 18 or maybe 15? Make that make sense, okay? Now, so I am going to leave this right here. Like I said, wasn't going to be a long rant, but I had to let people know my thoughts on this particular subject. Like I said, you can go to Terry Hunter's Instagram to see the actual post on there. It's at DJ Terry Hunter, and you can find it there. If you want to see my reaction to this recent, a previous talk that I did have with Very Something, all you gotta do is just go to my playlist on Monday Night Rant, and you can find that particular video and check out my reaction to that. So let me know what your thoughts on this particular topic. Am I going too far? Am I wrong? Am I right? Like I said, this is my thoughts about it, and this is not a end all be on. This is not etched in stone. This is the way I'm thinking in terms of this particular, subject, because I think that DJs and producers that's doing shorter tracks, I don't think is as much as audience attention span, and more so of, they're trying to get a product out as quickly as possible. And when you're doing something as quickly as possible, then it's not of quality, and now it's quantity. Now you being like the commercials in the top 40 crap hits that's out there, and underground producers should not even fall under that category, and especially not if your goal is to try to please a small small number of audiences versus everybody as a whole, and especially DJs who play your music. So, like I said, sign off in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Again, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm doing another Monday Night Rant. Once again, this is Househead Speaks. As always, peace and love. Please check out my designs. I'm going to be trying to get new designs coming soon. Just go to my my storefront, which is www.tpublic.com/user/Househead Speaks -designs. Wishing everybody a good day. And I am out. Those are old friends.
see that.